Surrey Libraries, Shakespeare Week. Chaos in the Woods, a short story for children based on A Midsummer Night's Dream, written by Gemma Sharp. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Veronica.
Are you ready for a tale stranger than you ever heard before? A tale of warring fairies, confused lovers, and a man named Bottom. Yes, that's right. Bottom.
We start our story in the Greek city of Athens, though we won't be staying here long. We're going to introduce you to some of the characters now. We first have the Duke of Athens, Theseus, and the Queen Hippolyta, who are getting married. We also have the four lovers. Here is our first lover.
Hello, I'm Hermia.
Now, remember there are four lovers, so that was number one, Hermia. This is our second lover.
Hello, I'm Lysander.
So we've seen Hermia and Lysander. We're now going to see our next lover.
Hi there, I'm Demetrius.
So now we've got three lovers, it's time for our fourth one.
And I'm Helena.
Now this story also includes some fairies. We've got King Oberon of the fairies. We've also got Queen Titania of the fairies. And their very mischievous friend, Puck. Brilliant. Let's get back to the story, shall we? Here we go. The entire city was bustling with excitement for the Duke of Athens, Theseus' wedding to the Queen Hippolyta. Everyone was happy, everyone except Hermia. Hermia had just had a huge row with her father. You see, she was in love with a boy called Lysander. Her father said that she must marry someone else. He said that she should marry someone called Demetrius. Hermia's father took her to see the Duke Theseus, who told her that she must marry Demetrius or else she'll face a punishment.
Hermia and Lysander made a plan to run away together. They would meet at the edge of the woods at nightfall and leave Athens forever. Hermia told her best friend Helena about her plan and asked her to keep it a secret. Helena, however, was in love with Demetrius, and she decided to tell him of Hermia's plan to prove to him how much she loved him. I did say they were confused lovers. At nightfall, Hermia, Lysander, Demetrius, and Helena all made their way into the woods.
Little did these four unfortunate souls know that they were walking into a war, a very magical war between the king and the queen of the fairies. After yet another argument, Oberon, the king of the fairies, decided to play a mean trick on the queen of the fairies, Titania. Oberon called upon his favourite servant, Puck. He told Puck to search for a purple magical flower called Love in Idleness. With this flower, he planned to play a cruel trick on the queen. This flower was so powerful that when sprinkled on the sleeping eye of someone, it made them fall in love with the first person or creature that they saw when they awoke. Oberon told Puck to place the flower on Titania's eyes as she slept, so she would fall in love with the first beast she saw.
Whilst waiting for Puck to return, Oberon watched as Demetrius watched the forest for Hermia. Oberon saw how mean he was being to poor, heartbroken Helena. Oberon saw how mean he was being to poor, heartbroken Helena as she followed behind. Whilst waiting for Puck to return, Oberon watched as Demetrius searched the forest for Hermia. Oberon saw how mean he was being to poor, heartbroken Helena as she followed behind. Once Puck had returned, Oberon told him also to use the flower to make the mean Demetrius fall in love with Helena. Puck flew off as quickly as his cheeky wings could take him, and enchanted Titania and then Demetrius, or so he thought. The problem was that he got the wrong Athenian and cast his mischievous spell on Lysander instead.
As Puck proudly set off to tell his master what he'd done, he came across an opportunity that was too good to resist. A group of workmen had been rehearsing a play ready for the wedding, the Duke's wedding. Of these workmen, one in particular caught Puck's cheeky eye. A big, loud, bossy man by the name of Bottom. Yes, Bottom. Puck used his fairy magic to turn Bottom into a monster, giving him the head of a donkey. The other workmen were so scared that they ran away screaming from the woods.
Puck laughed so much he almost fell out of a tree. Bottom was so scared and so alone that he began to cry. Whoa! His cries were so loud he woke the sleeping fairy queen, Titania. Titania instantly fell in love with the donkey-headed Bottom and took him away to her fairy bedroom where her servants attended to him.
Puck returned to Oberon with his amusing news, but his master was furious. He knew all about Puck's mistake with the mean Athenian. He sent him straight out to fix his problem. Now, Puck, being Puck, didn't really fix things. He just found Demetrius and put a spell on him too. But the first person that both Demetrius and Lysander saw when they woke up was Helena.
Hermia was furious that everyone was now in love with her friend, and no one loved her. A huge argument began between them all. Oberon immediately put all the lovers to sleep and fixed Puck's mistake. He made Lysander fall back in love with Hermia and left Demetrius in love with Helena. Then Oberon found his wife and removed the spell upon her. The Queen of the Fairies was quite shocked to discover a donkey-headed monster in her bedroom. Titania and Oberon put aside their differences and were happy together once more.
The next morning, Hermia's father and the Duke Theseus found the four lovers asleep at the edge of a field in the woods. Demetrius told them that he was in love with Helena, and Hermia's father agreed to let her marry Lysander. The Duke declared that there would be a triple wedding. All three couples were married that very day, and the workmen performed their play to rapturous applause and laughter. Titania and Oberon blessed all the marriages, and all were happy and well. The end.